Hello, I'm Jinju Wang. Last time we have installed the necessary softwares. This time let's clone the Luto code from GitHub and create a Python environment for Luto. Before everything starts, we need to get into the Ubuntu system and create a folder for Luto. For example, here we're going to use Mobile Xterm. In your interface, just double-click this WSL Ubuntu. It will lead us into a new interface that is Ubuntu. Here in the left panel, let's unhide the hidden files, so now we have a clean workspace. We can create a new folder named capitalized Luto, and now we will have a Luto directory for us to clone the codeways. Next, let's go to the Luto repository to get the code link. Let's double-click, open a browser, and search for GitHub, which will lead us to the homepage of GitHub. Let's get into the homepage. Here in the top left search panel, let's search land use and the trade-offs. Here we can see this land use trade-off Luto 2.0. This is the repository we want to get into. Just click. It will lead us to the main page of Luto 2.0. Here in this blue code button, we can click it and it will show the URL, the link to Luto. We just click here, click URL to clipboard. Now we have the address of Luto homepage. Next, let's open the VS Code. So we get into the VS Code. Make sure you have linked to the Ubuntu system you just created. If not, you can click here, connect to WSL, and choose the WSL you want to click to. Now, let's go to the top left panel. Here is a Explorer, aka we can manipulate files here. Let's hit this, and we can have two options here. Either open a folder or clone a repository. We choose to clone a repository. Click this button and paste in the URL we just copied a moment ago and hit this link. Now, the VS Code is asking us where we want to store our code. We hit this Luto directory we just created and hit OK. After a while, you should say the repository is cloned successfully, and let's hit open the cloned repository. Now we can observe that all the Luto code has successfully copied to our local disk, and we can play around with those folders and subfolders. We can see there's a lot of py, aka Python files there. The next step, since we have all the code, we need to create the environment which all those Python scripts can be successfully running on those environments. Installing packages on a Linux system can be tricky, but luckily I have provided some script to simplify this process. Let's get into the Mobile Xterm interface and double-click the Ubuntu system. So now we are inside the Ubuntu system. Please ensure you are check this follow terminal folder. For example, now we are inside a folder. Let's cd to Luto directory. cd means change directory. So when I hit enter, the left panel, this File Explorer panel, will follow my current terminal. Let's change to Luto 2.0 folder. Now we get inside to the Luto 2.0 folder. Let's further change directory to Luto tools and create task runs. How to auto-complete the spelling? You just need to hit the tab in your keyboard. It will auto-complete the following directories. Let's hit enter. Now we are inside this create task runs directory. Let's further change directory to bash script folder. Okay, now you can see there's a lot of bash script files, which are the files I provided to simplify the installing process. Let's open this create environment.bash script. Right-click it and open with default text editor. We can see that it is actually a text file where we have several lines of command. Let me explain everything. This export path, this command is telling the system some variables. For example, we want to name apple equals 1, banana equals 2. This kind of variables, we wanted to tell Linux system some information. We use this export command. It tells the Linux system that the path is equals to this value. Don't need to understand everything, just need to conceptually know that we are telling Linux system something by using this command. And here we are installing a package which manages the Python environment. This curl command is download equals download from this link, and this bash command is to execute the download file, and this rm means remove. It means that after a successful installation, we will remove what we have downloaded it. Here, we use this command to initialize the Python environment, where the member is the name of the executor and init is the command of the executor. Anyway, the takeaway here is we have created several lines of command into a text file, and what we need to do is just to start this text file, and the Linux will do the command line by line following this order. Now we understand if we want to create the Python environment, we just need to execute all the command inside this create env.sh. But before everything started, we need to check if this file can be executed. We can check use this lshla command. ls means list. It will print all the files inside this directory. hla means human format. L means long format. A means all file. So basically we says, please list all the files in the human and longer format. And let's get to that. Let's observe that this create env.sh, the important part is here. R means readable. It can be read by me, and W means writable. It means it can be written by me. But in the third position, it should be an X. X means it can be executed, but now it is just a single dash. So before execute this file, we need to use this chmod, change mode command, and the +X means make it executable, and give it a name, create env.sh. Now this file is executable. How do we confirm that? We just press Apple arrow for 2 times, and we get back to the previous command. Let's hit enter. Now we can see that this create env.sh has changed colors, and in the third position it has an X in this position. So now we can execute the command inside this file. In order to execute this file, what we need is this command bash, B-A-S-H. Just imagine this as the double click inside a Windows system. Bash means double click. So let's double click, create env.sh. Now we will execute this file and hit enter. Now, as we talked about before, it will first download something, and then it will start to install all the packages following our command. And in the last, it will remove the file. Now we have installed the Python environment we need, but before using this environment, we need to refresh this terminal, just like a refresh in a Windows system, just like this. The way to do that is SORCE, source, and then this little curved line and the dot bash rc. So source means refresh, and this little curved line means to the home directory of this bash rc file. So this means we will refresh the system. Let's just observe the difference. So before we refresh the system, there's nothing append before the command line, but now it has this little base, bracket with base. That means we successfully installed and refreshed the system. Now we have this so-called Python Environment Management app, so we can use it. The app has the command of conda. So we have a conda env, means conda gives me all the environment and the list. Now we can see there's only one environment, which means base, which lives inside this directory. So the next step is to create an environment named Luto and install some packages. What I mean install packages? Luto need to read a lot of files, need to create graphs, need to output Excel files, etc., etc. So it needs a lot of helpers to help it achieve such goal. So the helpers is the packages. This is similar to the create env.sh. It names install package.sh. We can open the command with the default editor. So the essence is here. We use this member install, and we will install all the packages based on this requirement.conda.txt, which is here. Let's open it with default editor. We can see there's a lot of packages will be installed into the Luto environment. Also, there's another set of packages need to be installed, which is requirement.pip. We open with default text editor. So we can see Groby, this is the optimizer for Luto, and NumPy financial and the tables, etc., etc. Okay, the takeaway is we have wrapped all the commands into this text. We just need to bash this script, and Linux will install everything automatically for us. Before everything has been done, let's ls hla to check if this install package.sh can be executed. It cannot be executed, so we change mode plus executable and give it a little x. Let's ls hla to say, yeah, the install packages.sh is now executable. So what's next is bash, and then we give it a bash install package.sh and hit enter. So the Linux will use this install sh as a command line, as a guidance to install everything automatically for us. This could take a few minutes because it will download a lot of stuff. So let's wait. After a few minutes, we can see a lot of progress bar being successfully finished. Now let's check conda env list. Well, we can see magically a environment named Luto is created inside this folder. Okay, that is for today. We have cloned the Luto code from GitHub, and we have created a Python environment to run in Luto.